I go by Just Gouda. Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a film I just watched recently called House of Darkness. It's a film written by LaBute. It's about a late night hookup gone bad. Now the film starts off by introducing main characters Hap and Mina, played by Justin Long and Kate Bosworth, as they approach Mina's remote, high-class estate. As the night continues, strange circumstances began to occur that would make most men do an about-face. But in the pursuit of passion and lust, Hap carries on. Needless to say, once he enters the home, he never leaves. Alive, that is. Came across this film one Friday night, and I had no idea what it was about or what it was rated, but I knew it was in the horror category, and that was good enough for me. In horror, we all love to feel the emotions of the characters in the film. It can be fear, regret, or sometimes just a sigh of relief. And we also usually root for the protagonist to escape, and sometimes we even root for the antagonist to kill. If you're rooting for Hap to overcome his fate, you will be disappointed. And here are 5 signals, at least, that could have potentially saved his life. But before I dive into them, let me set the scene for you. You meet a stunning lady at the bar. You offer her a ride home and she obliges. You pull up to her home and it is a prestigious fortress on a secluded hilltop. She tells you she lives there alone. As soon as you enter the home, the power drops. But don't worry, this happens all the time. You imagine seeing figures moving out the corner of your eye. Nothing to see here. The hot chick you're making out with bites your lip and begins sucking the blood away. Kinky, I guess. You pass out while waiting for more drinks and have a terrible nightmare about being tied up in a cave and stumble upon a pile of bones, fall, and break your leg. The house that was supposed to be empty continues to have more guests pop up, and one of the guests tell you a ghost story about 3 lovely ladies killing men all over the country. You do the math. As I continued to watch the film, I began to realize there really isn't a protagonist in this film, as the main character Hap is not the role model one expects to root for or hope for survival. But he's also not the bad guy that the movie tried to make him out to be. This lack of role seems to leave the film without a structure. Someone once said, "True horror is not in the monster, but in the mind of the observer." As a viewer, you have to feel for and actually care for what happens to the main character. And how do you do this? Rapport must be created. What is Hap's backstory? Why should we care if he lives or dies? What if the film has shown Hap as a compassionate person who's not perfect but tries to genuinely be a good guy? What if the sisters were able to show proof that man was irredeemable, and unless they killed man, perhaps an alien race would come and wipe out the whole planet and all its existence? Perhaps maybe the sisters wouldn't appear to be simple, vengeful women with fangs. Despite the lack of structure, I felt the actors made an intentional effort to make the dialogue convey a tone of push and pull, cat and mouse. It was definitely an emotion I can feel, but in hindsight, rather than cat and mouse, more likely one of those scenes when the mouse is walking back and forth, directly in front of the snake. The cinematography was great. The lighting definitely sets the mood with the candles and contrast of blue and yellow hue. The theme seems to be that of the 1800s for the interior of the home, which lets you know that these ladies have been around a mighty long time. You'll see an array of close-ups, medium shots, long shots, and extreme close-ups. all which help display the emotion and mood of the scene. Unfortunately for all of us horror lovers, this film did not do well, receiving a 59% on the tomato meter and 27% for audience score with Rotten Tomatoes. For the reasons I've stated over this video, I will have to give this film 2.5 Gouda blocks out of 5. Aww. In conclusion, I try to look for the positive in a lot of things, and I don't tend to bash any artist's work. I've been there myself. Every story usually has a moral that the audience can grow from. And for men, I'd say the moral of this story is follow your intuition. Get out. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. Well, that's all I have, folks. I'll be doing more breakdowns of old and new films, movies, and TV shows. If you like this, please like, subscribe, and please provide feedback and comments. Till next time, peace.